Record time. It's time for these power rankings. It's time for us to rank your favorite team, your least favorite team. It's time for you to get upset at us. All right, Cole, we're going to do this in draft order, but we're going to go from lowest to highest.
All right.
All right. My top 10, at 10, I have the Cleveland Browns. Bad loss this week, but backup quarterback, not much to take away from that. Thought the defense still played well. Scoreboard's going to look more inflated than what it actually was. 14 of those points were off of horrible field position due to interceptions from a rookie quarterback. And honestly, I think the defense held up well until they realized they had no hope at that position. Right? Like they forced like 5 3-and-outs to start the game and then got a fumble. And then the offense did nothing there. And they was like, oh no, we just not winning today. Like that was when DTR threw the backwards pass, the forward pass.
Oh man, illegal forward pass.
Yeah. So yeah, at that point, I don't blame the Browns defense for kind of packing it in. You could tell a lot of missed tackles. I always tell people missed tackles are effort. Like that's a reflection of your team's ability to think they can win that game. Like that's what missed tackles are. If we think we can win this game, we're gonna tackle well. If we think we can't, we're not tackling well. Look at what the Broncos did last week. Okay. Who you got at 10?
Number 10. I have, and I know they're gonna fall off this list at some point. I know they're gonna fall off this list at some point. The Los Angeles Chargers, number 10. Literally all of this is Justin Herbert.
Mm-hmm.
That's all it is. It's Justin Herbert. Khalil Mack had a great game. That's great. 6 sacks is actually just insane when you really think about it. Like 6 sacks in one game, that's pretty crazy. But
yeah, that's stuff that usually happens like when Georgia plays Kent State
or something crazy like that. You know what I'm saying?
By the way, why Georgia be scheduling these MAC schools? That's a whole nother conversation. But
yeah, we got to do a whole nother video on that because that's funny. But they played the Raiders. Am I correct? They played the Raiders.
The Chargers, yes, because Devin Tillery almost got jumped.
He definitely almost got jumped.
He did it almost, by the way, Cole. He did. I tuned into that game. I was like, what is going on? This ass whooping.
Yo, but
I'm like, boy, he must owe people in that locker room a lot of money. Like,
but yeah, Justin Herbert's special. I don't think it's going to be enough to get them where they're trying to go. But for right now, I got them at number 10.
All right, my number 9 is the Chargers. They're a hilarious football team, but part of being a hilarious football team is you got to be good enough to be funny. They're just good enough to be funny. I don't trust them, but they're good. And they have less question marks than the Browns, so I put them above them.
See, number 9, I had the Cleveland Browns. What just happened yesterday, like, that doesn't matter to me at all. Like you said, they knew they couldn't win that game with DTR. We've seen this game in Cleveland in years past a billion times where the defense like, yeah, bro, we can't win this. We can't win this game. It's over with. So I don't care about what happened on Sunday. Still think the defense is elite. Questions about the quarterback. Last time I saw the quarterback, he shredded the Titans. So I'm feeling a little bit optimistic about that. They're going to play the 49ers.
Titans defense better than people expected. Or maybe Joe Burrow, worse than people think.
Like, One of the two. I tend to believe that they're better than people think, and the Browns still shredded them, so I feel optimistic. Browns might not be on this list after that 49ers game, but right now, got them number 9.
All right. We're going to go with my number 18. Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're playing good football, good defense. Offense isn't terrible. Baker Mayfield's doing a good job over there. They're in a bad division, so I think they're going to be able to keep this up. I think they're a playoff team. They're not like a dangerous playoff team, but they are a playoff team.
You know what? Man, we trying to win the Baker Bros back.
No, we're not. They could go to hell. But I do think Tampa Bay's playing well.
I also have the Bucs at number 8. I kind of have to ignore who they've played to this point.
Yeah, the big question mark about them is they played one good team and they've looked terrible in that game, but half of it was rain, right? But that first half of rain wasn't, with no rain, wasn't better. Like, the direction of the game had been solidified by then. So that's the one thing you worry about, but they're not going to have to play those teams. They play in the NFC South.
You know what I'm saying? They're probably going to make the playoffs, but they're going to be that team that makes the playoffs that all the other teams want to play. Like we are trying to play them. We are trying to play them in the playoffs, 100%. Baker Mayfield, 100% want to play him in the playoffs.
More than like the Vikings?
You think the Vikings going to make it?
No, they're not. Detroit's too good this year, and I think, well, I don't know. Detroit's the only good team in the North, so yeah, they could. The Vikings could. Kirk's playing decent football right now.
I don't think the Vikings are going to make it. I don't.
And I'm going to keep a buck with you. There's no team that want to play in the first round more than the Cowboys. And that's helmet scouting.
I was about to say, bro, Dak's not that bad. Where I would rather play them over the. He's not that bad, dog.
Hey, in the playoffs.
I still rather play Baker than play him. 100%.
Oh yeah, 100%. But Baker's won one. You know what I mean? Recently, like it's been a long time since I see the Cowboys win a playoff game.
Didn't they win one? Didn't they win one last year?
No. Oh, did they?
They won a playoff game and they lost the following game, but I think they won that.
Okay, yeah, they lost to the 49ers, so they didn't play them in the first round. So yeah, okay, who they beat? The Giants. That doesn't count. Hey, Daniel Jones makes it to the playoffs. That now, talk about a team you want to play. Okay. So I guess they beat the team you want to play. I guess they're above that. So yeah, I'll give the Cowboys their respect for now. But yeah, whoever comes out of that South, that's
you
want
to
play. Yeah.
You want to play them.
But that doesn't discount the fact that Tampa Bay's 3-1, take care of business.
Yeah. Number 8.
All right, number 7. We got the same one here. Detroit football. It's back. It's back. The Lions are real. Jared Goff. He all right.
We getting you there. We getting you on the Jared Goff agenda. Getting you there.
David Montgomery. He not explosive, but he get them yards. 5, 6 here, 7 here, 8 here. Najee Harris. That's how you should want to play football, by the way. But I like them. They're a fun, scrappy unit. They got fun coaches. You know what I mean? I feel like I like Dan Moore. I like his coaches. I like the whole get down there. Nothing about them rubs me the wrong way. So I'm happy for them. 7. All 5s alone. Now I believe they're 2-2 if we put them above a 3-1 Bucks team. But I think the Lions are a better team.
They are a better team.
Came back on the road against Jordan Love. Then Jordan Love came back. Well, no, yeah, they came back because they threw an opening pick 6. Came back. And then Jordan Love almost came back, but then they shut it down. You know what I mean? The only thing is they do weird stuff in Detroit. Why did they swap out a good running back room for another good running back room? That made no sense to me.
Yeah, I get that.
That's weird. But they're a good team. Aiden Hutchinson, now he need to stop thinking he Miles, but he's pretty damn good, right?
He did try to do the crossover. He tried to do the crossover. Nah, you're not Miles, dog. You're not Miles. But you're very good. Very good.
Hey, you've ever listened to Bussin' with the Boys?
I don't think I have.
Okay, well, that's Taylor Lewan's podcast. Taylor Lewan has a famous clip from that podcast about how he feels if he's lined up at left tackle and he sees, how do I put this, another one of his brothers across from him. He sees it as disrespect. Now, again, this Taylor Lewan said this, not me. Okay. And usually it's Taylor Lewan's that be saying this about, the Aiden Hutchinsons of the world or the Eric Weddles.
Oh, so don't be us. He gave the Larry Bird quote. The Larry Bird quote.
Yes.
Okay.
Now imagine being a center and Aiden Hutchinson out here thinking he Miles. You already got that built-in disrespect. Okay. And he out here trying to do that? oh, there was no way that was ever going to work. You got that center's best rep the second he saw it. When Miles do it, it scares him. When you do it, it pisses him off.
By the way, are we ready to say that Aiden should have went first overall?
Over Travon Walker?
Yeah. Are we there? Are we there yet?
We're close. We're close. We're pretty damn close.
Okay. Yeah. That's one to know.
It'll be canon by the end of this season, right? Like
oh man, but yeah, I told you they gonna win that division. They are 100% going to win that division.
I would be shocked. Jared Goff.
I would be shocked if the Lions did not win that division. I honestly would.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the Bears.
It's not gonna be the Vikings.
And Jordan Love, man, they
just beat the Packers. Like they're not going to lose that division. I can't see it. Barring injury, knock on wood, barring injury, they're going to win that division.
All right, next team we both have. Well, let's talk about Dallas. They're good. Dallas is one of them boring teams to talk about because it's the same story every year. They're good. Dak's fine. But what we're worried about Dallas is what they do in the playoffs, and they usually underperform. But, they're Dallas right now. They're pretty good.
You got to put them in the top 10. But we all know, I feel like we all know how the movie ends.
Nobody's excited about Dallas. You know what I mean? Even Dallas Cowboy fans, they're more anxious than excited. Nobody's like, oh man, this is I just think that, we got to wait and see. Next thing we both have here, Miami. Good team.
2-9.
Tough loss. You know what I mean?
The letdown was coming after what they did to the Broncos. You put up 70 points, you're not going to do that again next week.
All right, next team up, we got Buffalo. Well, I got Buffalo. You have
the Chiefs
at 4. Mm-hmm. Do you actually believe this one?
Look, man, we're doing it based on what's happening right now.
So right now, looking at your rankings, you would say it would not be a surprise if the Chiefs missed the AFC Championship game.
The way they look right now, man, this is the thing about the Chiefs. I know, I know how they look right now, but deep down in my heart, I'm like, I know they're going to end up in the AFC Championship game. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I can't. I can't put them below a certain number.
They don't look the best right now, but deep down in my heart, I'm like, they're going to end up in the AFC Championship.
Because we done seen this movie before. We saw this movie last year.
They're the new Patriots. Where you're just like, yeah, I just know. Yeah. I just know.
And they're the new Patriots because they got who?
Andy Reid.
Yeah. And
Patrick Mahomes. I know.
I would say. Andy Reid wasn't winning championships till he lucked in the pad. Well, okay. I have after that, who's 3 for me? So I put Buffalo at 4. I don't know. I think another shoe's going to drop on them. I have the Ravens at 3. Look, the big concern about the Ravens was the pass rush and the corner's ability to cover. That's not been a problem for them all 4 games. If that's not an issue and Lamar's playing at this level, yeah, they're going to be a top 5 team.
Don't disagree. I had Buffalo 3. I just feel like the Jets game's looking like an aberration at this point. But that Jets defense is good. That Jets defense was great. Teams are going to struggle with that defense. It is what it is. But
it's a shame they won in 3.
Listen, man. Season was over 4 snaps to the year. It is what it is. But
not even 4. It was like 2.
It was like 2. I thought it was 4.
It was like the second passing attempt. Yeah, and I don't even think he got the attempt off for real. He threw one out of bounds. Nobody got a target from Aaron Rodgers all season.
Tough. That's legit. That's rough. I don't wish that on nobody. That's terrible.
Yeah, that's rough.
Might have been premature saying Miami was going to win that division.
That's your go-to. I've noticed that's your go-to whenever you want to add some extra sauce onto a hot take is you add to, and I told you it was going to win the division too. I was like, okay, I thought you just thought Tua was good.
Like, I said it was going to win the division.
Like, okay,
I was watching the Bills. I'm like, ooh, I might not be right about that one.
But the Bills cool down a lot later in the year sometimes.
They do.
Miami cooled down a lot last year too, though.
Tua had the injury stuff too. So if he can make it through the season, I might
maybe
be
Zach
right.
Wilson can stack some good days, and then maybe McCorkle Jones comes out and okay, it's just those two. But
it's just those two teams. It's those two teams. Who you got at number 2?
I got the Chiefs. I think this is the reasonable place to put the Chiefs. Yeah, are they under expectations? Sure. They're still 3-1. They still have Pat Mahomes. They're still the Kansas City Chiefs. Okay? Like, nothing's changed from this team that won the Super Bowl last year. They got Chris Jones back. Their defense is actually playing better. Pat Mahomes will get it together. I'm pretty sure he's not cooked. They're gonna be the 1 seed in the AFC. Let's keep it a buck. This is the best team in the AFC. I don't care who's number 1 that week. It's like when they mess around and try to act like they really think they're like Georgia's 2. Or when Alabama was running it, when they would mess around and be like, we actually think Auburn's the number 1 team in the country. We're going to put Alabama at 3. And you're like, we know how that's going to go. Don't nobody think Auburn going to win that game. You know what I mean? Every time Auburn beat Alabama, it's a surprise. Like, okay. I don't care what the rankings are. Like, this is one of them things where it's like, yeah, you can convince yourself that right now, if we're just looking at right now, this is not the second best team in the NFL. And I won't think you would be wrong for that. But
like I said, you know how it's going in.
Ooh. Hey, I gotta take the Browns out. I just realized something. There is no Eagles in here. Like,
oh, did we just skip over the Eagles?
Yes.
Oh yeah, we gotta take a team out.
Yeah, so retcon this into the canon. Browns out, Eagles probably over the Ravens, Eagles 3.
Yeah, okay, so take the Chargers out for me. We gonna put the Eagles at 3. We sorry Philly fans.
We sorry Philly fans. My bad, Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's on us.
That's on us. You know,
that's on us.
Yeah,
I don't know how we skipped over the Eagles. That's on us. Right?
I looked down there. I was like, ain't no way we ain't got the Eagles in there.
Yeah, I might have to change the whole thing. Now I'm looking at it. I'm like, man, there's a couple teams I put over the. Let's
be completely unfair. We're taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out. There can only be so many NFC teams. Just take them out, man.
We do not believe in Tampa Bay. Put the Eagles at 3.
Baker's ass. Just throw them in there. They won head to head.
We had the Baker Bros.
Real talk.
Just that
that's
quick.
what it's like to be in a conference. It's not the SEC. You know what I mean? Like, we got to find a way to put this undefeated team in there. So there goes Texas Tech from the top 25. Like, goodbye.
Hey man, we sorry Philly fans. That was crazy. That was wild.
Yeah, that's wild.
To do that. Eagles at 3.
Eagles at least at 3, right?
At least at 3. We might change that if we did it over, but at least at 3.
Yeah.
I might as well get it out here now. I had the Ravens at 2.
I think that's high.
You think that's high?
I think that's high. I don't know what it is from going from 4 to 2 for me, but like that's high to me. Like they still got a lot of questions to answer. They've been doing good so far, but like, hey man, you still believe in that wide receiver core for the Ravens? Like that's the thing I'm worried about with them. They have no wide receivers.
I think
they have Zay Flowers and a rookie at that. But like, I don't trust Odell. I don't trust Nelson Aguilar, and I don't trust Rashad Bateman because they whipped the Browns' ass. I didn't hear that man's name get called once. Did he play? I don't think he played. Yeah.
Even
But even when he plays, I think he got like 7 yards this season. Like, I don't trust that wide receiving core. And I think a team that turns the ball over less maybe makes that matter more. But Cleveland turned the ball over like 12 times in that game, so it didn't matter.
Yeah, I mean, that game wasn't a reflection of the Browns at all to me. But I do think the Ravens being able to be 3-1 with all the injuries that they had to this point matters to me. I think they're going to get healthier as the season goes on, and I think they're going to be better. I don't think they go finish the season at 2 for me. But if we're just going based on what it is right now, I can have them at 2 for right now.
And then we both have 49ers at 1.
Mm-hmm.
Obvious reasons. Brock Purdy's the best in the game.
He has the best job in the game, for sure.
Hey, easy money.
Best job in football.
And look, nobody's better in the regular season than Kyle Shanahan. When he has a good team. Nobody's better in the regular season. So, 49ers look good.
We'll see what happens in the playoffs.
And real talk, it's been the development of like the fact that they don't have to rely on Debo anymore. Like they can get Ayuk to have these big games. They can get Christian McCaffrey to have these big games. They're just so complete. They have Ifunga. They have Fred Warner. Whoo, that defense is nasty. That offense is just good. It's not just good enough. It's pretty damn good too. They're the most complete team in football. The only problem with them is like, man, if they play against the Chiefs in the Super Bowl, I feel like quarterback becomes a factor, and there's just a giant gulf between Brock Purdy and Pat Mahomes. So that's the only thing that's holding them back is that, like, their quarterback's good. Like, I think he's like in the top 8, but there's such a gap between him and some of the guys you would have to beat to win the Super Bowl, and I think that's going to be their Achilles. I think there's a big gap between him and Jalen Hurts. You know, so it's like
I said, he got the best job in football. All he got to do is be on time, get the ball out. We good.
All right, but that's our power rankings. Let me know what you think. Sorry, Philly fans. Sorry about that. That was an honest mistake.
Yeah, we was tripping. We sorry about that.
Yeah,
sorry about that.
So we taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers out there, the Buccaneers out there.
Buccaneers out of here.
I took the Browns out of my top 10 for that. Just so y'all don't think I'm cute, you know, you hating. But let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a buck. Browns or the Chargers play the Buccaneers in the playoffs for whatever reason.
You not picking.
You know who you taking. You know who you taking. But let's give them their flowers while they got it. You know what I mean? Hey, man, Mike Evans is balling. He's good. And they got some good players on defense. But y'all have a great day. Have a good day.